Hey people, welcome to this follow along, and this is going to be stability ball workout at home. Begin in a high kneeling position with hands on the ball. Drop your chin and round your back. You want to roll down, simultaneously rolling ball forwards until you achieve a nice armpit stretch. And then on the exhale, tuck the tailbone under and return, articulating through the spine to this vertical position. Breath in to begin, exhale to move into the stretch. Breath in the bottom position, exhale to roll back up to kneeling. Keep going for 5 to 6 reps. And then stay in that stretch. We're opening the armpit area. This is primarily for your latissimus, for your lats, but also will help you to get into shoulder flexion so that those pikes that we're going to do later come easily. Now let's move on to the hips. You're going to sit down on a ball with feet on the ground and move the pelvis in circles on top of the ball. So you will be warming up your hips, lumbar spine. At the same time, you get some motion in your knees. And then roll forwards to the point that your upper back and shoulder blades stay on the ball. This is going to be hip thruster. Very gentle variation with feet hip distance. And aim to drive your pelvis up to ceiling. Focus on tucking tailbone under and grounding through your feet. Careful not to flare the ribs. You see how I'm placing my hands behind my head and I'm trying to draw my anterior rib cage, the front of the rib cage, downward. So I want to create that stacking sensation. Now at the end, hold the bridge and add the calf raise. Splay the toes and elevate the heels. You want to press evenly through the root of the big toe and all the other digits. So this is for stability as well as warm up for the lower body. You can pick up the pace and do a little bit quicker movements to warm up your ankles, calves. And then proceed to lie down on the ball. We're going into thoracic extension and adding some sweeps with the arms. So you're going into a curl up and into spinal extension, allowing your ribs to flare and your spine to arch. Feet stay grounded and go only as far as you feel comfortable, as far as your spine feels comfortable. You will finish off by simply leaning back, letting your arms stretch overhead and straighten your legs. Few breaths there. And now we're moving on to the exercises. So guys, we start supine on your back. The first exercise will be adductor squeeze. You lie down, you're going to brace your tummy and then squeeze the ball with your inner thighs and knees. Start with 10% of your max strength and then slowly build up with each rep, each of the 5 reps, until you build up to about 50-60% of your maximal squeeze. You can move the ball higher up so that you're squeezing the ball with your inner ankles and inner heels, but you want your tummy to be braced. Here I'm modifying and squeezing with my calves now. So pick whichever position of the ball suits you the most. You don't want your knees to hurt. You don't want this to be too much for your lower back. And we will proceed to do leg raises. So we're taking the ball down and bring the legs back up. Okay, so this is for your hip flexors and for your core stability. Make sure you're not going too low. You want to keep your lower back close to the ground. So you can add a curl up that will target a little bit more the superficial abdominal muscles, your six packs, your external obliques, and of course your hip flexors. I inhale here, and as I lower the legs, I start slowly exhaling. The exhale will last until my legs are back up over my hips. Don't rush. And here is the modification. You can simply bring the ball back between your knees. This is much easier, less pressure on the abdomen, less pressure on the back. And you can always place those hands, your thumbs and index fingers, underneath your sit bones. Okay, next movement, guys, we're going into the hamstring activation. So thrust your pelvis up to ceiling and see if this is comfortable for you. You don't want the ball to be rolling sideways, so push your heels down and tuck your tailbone under. If this is okay, release back down, and you're going to repeat the motion. So now, guys, drive your heels down and see if you can roll the ball towards your sit bones, at the same time sending your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Rest after each rep. If your hamstrings are cramping, maybe return simply to the pelvic lift. If bending the knees is okay, try to balance between your right and left side, so you're pulling that ball towards you evenly on each side. I'm pressing down through my hands and trying to keep my upper back grounded. And try to slowly move the ball away so you've got that eccentric loading to build stronger, more resilient hamstrings. This will be quite intense for that lower attachments of the hamstrings that cross the knee and attach below the knee. So just beware, that may lead to some cramping or burning. Next, we're moving to the side bending, spinal side bending, and obliques and QL. So this can be called the QL raise. So guys, quite self-explanatory, right? You will have to have a wide position of the feet, bottom leg in front, top leg behind you, push your feet into the wall, and the ball is kind of below the pelvis, and your body kind of adjusts to the shape of the ball. You want your rib cage to work like accordion. So as you're going down, you're taking a deep breath in, so the rib cage opens, and then you exhale as you go up. So complete 10 repetitions on each side. This is exactly the area we should be feeling. You can have your fingertips close to the temples, or maybe use your top hand to guide your movement. Up to you. All right, guys, time for back extension, hip extension. So you're working on the posterior chain. Push your feet into the wall, and from around spine, we're going into extension. So guys, this will be primarily for your hips as you're pushing your pelvis into the ball, and at the same time, all your spinal erectors. So you don't want to lift your head and look up. You simply want to create a nice straight line. So slowly push your pelvis into the ball, contract your glutes, and then try to extend your lumbar spine, thoracic spine, get long through that neck, squeeze your glutes, and push your feet into the wall. Again, hands to the temples, or this is nice variation, so you can have a rest in between. Add that snow angel motion. You're going overhead, and then hands return to the hips. You relax all the way down. So hip extension, spinal extension, and then full work through the shoulder. So here we're working on the posterior chain. You may feel your glutes quite a lot. So guys, move away from the wall and we're going into the swimming. So this is version 1 with your hands, with your arms straight, but you can also flex over the ball, drop your head, or even go down on your forearms, and that will make it a little bit easier for your lower back. So this position allows your hips to move through the wide range of motion. It's much better and easier for the lower back than doing this on the ground where people actually struggle to lift the thighs off the floor. So keep your knees straight, push your pubis into the ball, and then alternate. So we're swimming. Hamstrings and glutes working here. Okay, relax, that's done. We're moving on back into supine position, guys. We continue working with the lower body posterior chain, and this is going to be single leg hamstring curl. So build up to it. This is your level 1. Level 2, lift the pelvis and then elevate the supporting leg. So pelvis goes up, you push your left leg into the ball, and then float your right leg to the tabletop. Can you hold it? Can you keep your pelvis square? That's the question. If not, stay with the first movement or skip this movement altogether, return to double leg hamstring curl. But this will be a good setup to rebalance the strength between the right and left side. If you are ready, comfortable, prepared to try to do hamstring curl on that single leg. We're only going for a few repetitions. Be careful, you don't want to strain the hamstrings, especially when you're sending the ball away from you. You don't want to just let go and let the ball roll. Control the movement of the ball. This is so much more intense than double hamstring curl. So now we're trying the other side. So simply use your left foot for support as you're pushing your right leg into the ball and connect with the right side. You may even keep your right knee gently bent. Now, can you hold your pelvis in the air? Use your arms, use your elbows to help you with stability because the ball will be rolling to the sides. Tuck your tailbone under, keep pressing into the ball, brace your tummy. So here the body will need to be very much integrated. So ribcage integration, stacking of the ribcage over the pelvis, and bracing through the midsection. Progress to hamstring curl on a single leg, right side this time. Do 1 half rep or full rep and rest. And build gradually. You don't want to overwhelm your muscles. You don't want to be sore after. You don't want to have a muscular strain. If you're not ready, just repeat double hamstring curl. I definitely felt this one a lot, and it was quite challenging doing a lot of reps over and over. Give yourself a nice rest your feet on the ball. And we're moving on to the upper body and core. So guys, we start in the plank position, and you want the lower shins on the ball or even mid shins on the ball. Make sure you've got enough room so that you can pull the ball towards your arms. We're simply doing knee tucks and returning back to plank. So 10 repetitions on this movement before we progress. Rest your wrist. A little mobility drill to get yourself ready. And then we're going to the pikes. So we start the same way. But this time you're going to be sending your hips towards the ceiling. So guys, much harder work. And we will be going into this kind of pike / half handstand. It's a brilliant exercise to strengthen your back and build strength in your arms, but your wrists need to be ready for it. If you're not ready, do a mini pike, so just don't go that high with the pelvis, or simply come back to knee tuck. If this all is too much, simply stay with holding the plank. All right, guys, almost there. We're moving on now to the last drill, and we're working on the lower body. So guys, this is going to be quite spicy for your quadriceps. So first, put a ball against the wall and you want the pelvis and the lower back to mold to the ball. You'll be rolling down, so by the time you go down, you want the ball to be against your upper back. So play around. You can start with feet a little bit wider than hips, and knees are tracking over the second toe. So you can go in a wider squat and ground through the heels so we can feel the buttocks. This also could be done with feet hip distance and knees hip distance and feet parallel. So you can play around with angles. We're slowly rolling down, adding a short pause at the bottom. This is amazing strengthening exercise for your quadricep. To progress, you can do heel lift on the right, then on the left, alternating while having that isometric continuous load on your quads. You're going to feel everything burning, your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings may be already sore from the previous drills. So we can continue the work with the feet, or take a break and then return to the pulses. So now we're going to 90 degrees or like knee level or below, and we're going only halfway up. So guys, there's no escape but to feel the burn in the quads. You can do it with heels on the ground or with heels elevated. Elevated heels means a lot of burning in the thighs. If you're grounding through the heels, you may connect a little bit more with the glutes. So play around. I hope you enjoyed that one.